Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Aradhana, and in today's video we're going to continue with William J. Long part 9 of this series, and today we're going to discuss the dramatic works of Shakespeare. In the last video of this series we discussed about a short biography of Shakespeare, which was around 12 minutes something. And before we get into today's video, if you are a literature student and you are struggling to make notes for any competitive exam, you can buy my cultural studies notes, full notes of that unit to get an idea of how to make notes. You can buy them. You can check out a community tab. All the buying options, everything is there, all the information is there. Also, all the notes that I'm going to discuss in this video, I'm going to explain it in a very elaborate way. But if you want to have it printed and everything, you can join my membership. I will be posting all of these notes, typed notes, on members only. So it's only 89 rupees and it helps me a lot. I don't get all the 89, YouTube keeps a lot of it, but yeah, if you want to support me, you can just take the membership. It will be really helpful for a small creator like me. And thank you to all the channel members who have joined the channel. I mean, I cannot be more grateful to all of you. It helps a lot. Okay, so yeah, now let's get into today's video. Now I would highly recommend all of you to watch these videos first before you get on with this video. So if you have not watched the previous video on Shakespeare, then I would recommend you to first go watch that video and then come back to this video. Now let's start with the dramatic works of Shakespeare. In the last video I talked about how Shakespeare started writing, how he got into this dramatic space of the English society. Okay, so now what happens is that we are going to today talk about the stages how Shakespeare started writing and how his plays has been categorized. So now let's discuss the dramatic works of Shakespeare. So Shakespeare died in 1616. Okay, we all know that. 1623 में first folio was published. First folio is like the first book of the complete works of William Shakespeare. Okay, he was not a very well-known writer, but this is the first time that this book came into being. Okay, 1623 में it has 36 plays. Now if you are familiar with him, Shakespeare has written totally 37 plays. Okay, but this one contained only 36 plays. The first folio excluded Pericles, which is a drama of Shakespeare. Okay, so first folio, and there is a folio and there is a quarto. Quarto is basically for a single play. Quarto means the fourth part of anything. Okay, for example, if you have a paper and you do like you fold it in a way that it has 4 parts. I'll put some picture here there because it will be very confusing if I just describe it. So quarto is like the fourth part. So पहले books इतनी वो नहीं होती थी, तो पब्लिश करने के लिए there were quartos. Okay, so folio is like the first time when book is published. Okay, in a book form, all the plays of his. It had a lot of typographical errors, like a lot of spelling mistakes, everything. You can go on Wikipedia, you can search the first folio and you will get to know, you can just match the current books that have been published of Shakespeare, and you can compare it with the first folio. You will see that there are a lot of different spelling, spelling of I will be different, all sorts of things. So you can just go and do that. So first folio हो गई published 1623 में. Quartos publish होते थे उसी टाइम पे, like जैसे एक play आया तो उसका क्वार्टो दे दिया गया कि ये इनका शेक्सपियर का प्ले आया है, दिस इज द थिंग. वो प्ले होने के बाद में एनीबडी कुड पब्लिश. ऐसा नहीं है दैट शेक्सपियर इज द वन हु इज गोइंग टू पब्लिश इट. कोई भी पब्लिश कर सकता है. फर्स्ट फोलियो पब्लिश हुआ आफ्टर शेक्सपियर डाइड इन 23. So William J. Long has divided Shakespeare's literary career in 4 parts. The first one is early experimentation, which dates from 1587 to 1595. During this time Shakespeare experimented a lot with his works. Okay, frequent use of rhymed couplets are also used in most of these works. Whatever he wrote during this time, he used rhymed couplets with blank words. Now, so all the plays that he wrote during this time were Venus and Adonis, Henry VI and Richard III, Comedy of Errors, like the early works of his. Okay, so there is no basic like structure or any kind of style that he's got. Okay, so he was experimenting with all the, for example, you can see that there are histories to comedies are mostly there, like Comedy of Errors, Love's Labour's Lost, all those kinds of things. The second one is rapid growth and development, which dates from 1595 to 1600. Okay, now here better plots are there and a marked increase in the knowledge of human nature. For example, because he has written so many plays before, now he has a little bit of experience in this. Also, he has been in this theater environment for so long now that he has observed things, observed human nature. Any writer, I think, when it comes to observing human nature, that's when the writer shines. Mostly that's the case, and that's why I don't like writers right now, because I don't think so they write it in a way where they talk a lot about human nature, and that's why classic writers are classic writers, because that's what they do. So इस टाइम पे he wrote some of his most famous work, which is Romeo and Juliet, Midsummer Night's Dream, Merchant of Venice, Henry IV के part 1st and 2nd, okay, and also Merry Wives of Windsor and Much Ado About Nothing. I love that play. As You Like It also, I love that play. So these are the kinds of plays that he wrote during this. And the third one is called The Period of Gloom and Depression, which started from 1600 and lasted till 1607. At this point in time, Shakespeare has more maturity because he has grown as a person. You know, he has seen a lot of things in life, and in this period he has written the best of his works, be it the political dramas, or like the tragedies, which is, you know, Hamlet and all, Julius Caesar, the political tragedy, all those kinds of things. So sonnets लिखी first of all यहाँ पे, and Twelfth Night, Taming of the Shrew, then Julius Caesar, Hamlet, All's Well That Ends Well, Measure for Measure, Othello, King Lear, Macbeth. So like all the four greatest tragedies, he wrote it here, okay. Antony and Cleopatra. Also Shakespeare, what he did was that for his historical material कहीं से तो उन्हें लेना था. Also, I have talked about in this series only that Shakespeare invents very few. He starts, he takes something old and then turns it into something which is kind of new. No writer writes something which is totally original. All the writers, all the movies, all the song, everything, they just keep on repeating the same thing, and Shakespeare does the same thing. The writer shines where he is able to express it in a way which seems different, okay, and which kind of relates to you. So that's what makes these plays so great. These are nothing very original, but the way is original. So historical material के लिए Shakespeare depended on Holinshed's Chronicle of England, Scotland and Ireland, because most of his historical plays or political comedies or political tragedies, they all fall they all talk about the history, or at that point in time जो भी history रही होगी England, Scotland and Ireland की. And also the second source is North's translation of Plutarch's famous Lives. Okay, I will put pictures if I get, because sometimes it's very difficult to get the pictures online. Okay, so if I get, I will post them here. Then the fourth period is a period of restored serenity, which is from 1608 से 1611 तक. Okay, फिर 11 के बाद Shakespeare left the literary field and it just got on with it. Okay, so the fourth period is a period of again experimentation. He again went there, because it happens with anyone who is creating something. After a little bit time, they start doing things. I have observed it with a lot of people. Like if you just do the same thing for a long period of time, there is a time when you think like, I need to change something. So experimentation is always going to. The plays that he wrote during this time was Pericles and Cymbeline, Winter's Tale, Tempest. I love Winter's Tale, by the way. Winter's Tale is a very amazing play. I love there are very few plays of Shakespeare which I have read besides all the four tragedies, and yeah, Winter's Tale is one of my favorites. The Tempest, again, Tempest was in, I think, our post graduation and graduation also. There was a scene in graduation. I love that. I have not read Shakespeare's histories. Do let me know which is your favorite Shakespeare play. I love, but I have not read any, I think, history except Julius Caesar and a couple of them. Yeah, King Lear also. King Lear, I love. My favorite is King Lear all the time. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it. And the last one is 1611 mein he wrote The Tempest. After that he sort of retired, okay, from this literary field, and the last unfinished work is Henry V, 6, 7, 8. Henry VIII. Okay, this is the unfinished work. So there are a few things that you need to know about Shakespeare which has been mentioned in William J. Long, which is that Shakespeare is a universal poet. It's not that Shakespeare has written in English, so he is not relatable to you. He is universal. Whatever he has written has been relevant, like in the 16th century when he was writing, and it is still relevant today, to this day. Okay, like we are in the 21st century and we still read Shakespeare, and our younger generations, the coming generation, they are going to read Shakespeare and he will be as relevant as he is today. It's not that he has written in English, he is writing about the history of England, like he has written about King Lear, मान लो historical play है, but there are so many things in that play which are relevant to, like in a family, which are relevant. Okay, it's not कि वो इंग्लैंड के एक राजा के बारे में है, दैट्स व्हाई इट इज नॉट रेलेवेंट टू आवर फैमिली और एनीथिंग. देयर इज ऑलवेज समथिंग टू लर्न फ्रॉम हिज प्लेज और फ्रॉम एनी ग्रेट राइटर. अ यूनिवर्सल राइटर इज द वन व्हिच जिसके काम से यू आर जस्ट सो फील रिलेटेबल एंड यू जस्ट get something out of it. Okay, second thing is that he makes us see the man as he is in his soul, nature of the man. Okay, like this is what, when a writer cracks, he has grabbed that audience. Okay, and he shows us in each one some gem of good, some soul of goodness. Okay, even in evil things, like we say that everything is not black and white, there is a good and a bad in anyone. So that sort of thing is there. The grayish characters are there, like all characters are not totally good or not totally bad. Okay, that's the thing. Another thing that has been described in William J. Long is that good always overcomes evil in the long run. Same. Okay, any writer who has written a good book, it's the same in Mahabharata, it's the same in Ramayana. Good always overcomes the evil, that's the thing. Okay, now Goethe, who is a German writer by the way, and Dr. Faustus is his most famous, Faust ke naam se, I think that is the play there. I'll put pictures here. So this is pronounced Goethe, not Goth. I have said this like the entire of my life. So yeah, he has said about Shakespeare that I do not remember that any book or person or event in my life ever made so great an impression upon me as the plays of Shakespeare. And it is so true. Even if you read the 4 best of his tragedies, greatest of his tragedies, this is apt. Okay, now this is the last segment of the video. I don't want the video to exceed to 15 minutes. So the last thing is after Shakespeare. Now after Shakespeare stopped writing for the English stage, what happened? The English audience, it kind of changed. Instead of coming to the theater for story and information, now people came for amusement only. मतलब कुछ सीखना नहीं है, I'm just here for the entertainment. जैसे कि आजकल there are few kinds of movies that we watch and we learn something from it. There are some kind of movies जो कि बस बॉलीवुड मसाला टाइप होती है. सो पीपल वर काइंड ऑफ गेटिंग इनटू दैट आई हैव टू कम टू रिलैक्स, आई डोंट वांट टू बी प्रीच्ड एट. ओके, लाइक दैट. So writers like Beaumont and Fletcher, forgetting deep meaning of life, strove for effect by increasing sensationalization of their plays. Okay, so sensationalization means कि जैसे बहुत मार धार दिखा देना, या something which shocks the audience, which gives them thrill kind of thing. So not Shakespeare. Okay, something which was totally different from Shakespeare. So kind of like the masala type of plays they started giving to the theater. So this is how the audience changed, the audience perspective changed, and the English theater changed eventually. So Ben Jonson, okay, so seeing the changed face of the English audience, Ben Jonson wrote an ode called Come Leave the Loath Stage. Okay, in the judgment of the audience, how it has changed over the years. So eventually this sensationalization of the plays, it did not work in the favor of the drama or art, and in 1642 May the House of Parliament voted to close the theater, giving the reason that it is breeding immorality in the audience, in the people, in the masses. Common people are becoming immoral, because if you keep on showing the mar dhad and this and that, eventually people pick out those things. For example, like we all the time say that art or literature is the mirror of the era. So the thing is, whatever you're gonna show, it is going to influence so many people. Whatever you see subconsciously, you are going to be influenced by it. And the parliament said this is not right for the people. So yeah, they closed the theaters. Now we have come to the contemporaries of Shakespeare. Shakespeare के साथ और भी कौन से writers लिख रहे थे, and we are going to cover it in the next video, which will be the 11th part of the video. That was it for today. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you found this useful. If you did, please comment करो, मेरा motivation बना रहता है to continue this series. If you are not, that's why I don't post videos on this series. So yeah, if you have any request on any topic, and a lot of people like it, I am going to make a video on that topic. Do let me know what videos you want, and yeah, I'll meet you in the next video. Till then, bye bye.